Today is Wednesday, November 6th, and today's agricultural fact of the day. PA states famed Pennsylvania Dutch registered to vote in unprecedented numbers in response to a January federal raid on a local raw milk producer in Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. The raid was linked to a listeriosis outbreak from raw milk produced on Amos Miller's farm. Listeria possesses DNA that can be traced to where the outbreak may have originated from. I don't get political, but I do find this very interesting because so many people I kept hearing, why are the Amish registering to vote when in the history of our country, they have never done that before. And part of the fuel to their fire was this situation in Pennsylvania. Somebody did actually succumb to that listeria, that illness. Now, this is not something that happened overnight from what I read in articles. It has been almost 10 years in the making with the situation with that raw milk producer. But if I am incorrect, feel free to comment on this because I don't have an endless amount of time to dedicate to researching these facts. But what I did see was that he refused to follow these regulations repeatedly, and there were several issues. I'm very curious to know what a raid on an Amish farm would look like. What do? Take the cows? Take the milking equipment? I don't really understand what they did, why they did it. And I do remember reading the article when this happened in January, stating that they took however many hundreds or thousands of dollars of products from this guy. So it isn't a joke. It was a serious thing. And obviously the Amish don't get involved in politics, and usually they keep to themselves. They stay out of pretty much everything. It was definitely partially his error because he refused to follow the regulations. And as I talked about a couple of weeks ago, raw milk definitely poses issues and concerns when being sold to the public and proper precautions are not taken. So in this instance, somebody was unalive due to the listeria outbreak. And what I thought was weird, again, I didn't do extensive research on his operation, but somebody in California got sick, somebody in Florida got sick, but his farm was located in Pennsylvania. So I don't know how his products, unless it was somebody that was on vacation in Pennsylvania and had purchased those products and consumed them before they got back to their home state, I don't know. But this last part about the DNA, so this is how they track what plants, when they have recalls, what plants those products originated from. For example, when there was an ice cream recall, there was an issue with ice cream that was being distributed to a nursing home, and all of these older people were getting sick. They tested these older people and it came back that they had listeria, and then somehow they traced it back to listeria in the processing plant. So they were able to directly identify, and pretty quickly, because when these inspectors come in and inspect these facilities, they do take swabs, and this stuff is kept on file. If anything comes back positive, they do keep it on file. But if anyone would like to pile on about this, again, don't like to talk politics, but this was unprecedented that the Amish decided, and Amish are an agricultural community. It definitely pertains to what I teach on a daily basis, and most of my kids had never heard of this situation occurring. And no, not every Amish order thinks that it's okay to vote. So this was specifically isolated to those in Pennsylvania, but I do know that there were Amish in New York that did not register to vote and had no desire to do it, and obviously it was against their laws and rules. Anyway, that's it for the Ag Fact of the Day. I'm still in search of a second ag teacher.